Well, happy day. I hope you were doing good. I had a scary thought today that I want to share with you, just so you can be scared as well. Not scared, not like terrifying. I wasn't shaken as I had this thought, but just something that I think I have to keep in my mind. And the question came when, or the thought came when this question came up. Does Jesus have enemies? Does Jesus have enemies? This is, I think, a very important question to meditate on and to think about. I think my initial thoughts are maybe. My initial thoughts are, yeah, maybe. Maybe the religious leaders of his time were his enemies. Maybe the people that were abusing others were his enemies. Do you see where I'm trying to go? I think my first thought and my first inclination is like, yeah, he does have enemies. But then I think further and I think deeply and I come to a resounding no. Jesus does not have enemies. And I say that because of what he utters from the cross. And his prayer and his what he utters was, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. He prays for his enemies. Or I don't know, maybe his posture in general was so that he couldn't have enemies. Does that make sense? He came to include radically. I mean, this is not just people that agree with what I'm saying or see things the way that I see them, but this is people that also don't see things the way that I see them. People that are persecuting me, people that are putting me on a cross. I'm still praying for them or hoping the best for them or loving them. This is the radical message of the cross. This is the radical message of Jesus. So does Jesus have enemies? I would say no. As I look at these scriptures, as I look at the life and teachings of Jesus as revealed through these scriptures, I'm saying no. Jesus does not have enemies. Jesus has people that he confronts. Yeah. He does have people that he challenges. Yeah. But no enemies. And if this is true, why do I have enemies as a follower of Jesus, as someone that is uniting myself to the story of Christ? Why do I have enemies? That's a great question for me to meditate on consistently. And I think part of that is because my prayer has often been what Jesus has prayed from the cross. My prayer has been, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. And I think that's a prayer that only Jesus from the cross can have, right? And hear me out for a second. Because when I say, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing, I am assuming that I am not one with them. And I don't think that's what Jesus was doing on the cross. I think Jesus was extending mercy and grace to those that were killing him. But what I often do is I say, Father, forgive those people because they don't know what they're doing. Forgive them. God, have mercy on them. God, pity them. Do you see my posture? You see what I'm trying to say? So my prayer has been, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. When I believe my prayer needs to be this: Father, forgive me, for I do not know what I'm doing. And this is not, removing my desire and to pray for all people, but the assumption is that I'm not saying that I'm disconnected from them. The assumption is that I'm recognizing that I'm one of them. I'm one of them that have put Jesus on the cross. I'm one of them in need of forgiveness. I'm one of them that does not know what I am doing. And I think that is important for my embodiment of the story of Christ. That's important for my sharing of the story of Christ. Not for me to point fingers and to have enemies, but to unite myself to those that are I'm that I'm wanting to include, but also those that I'm wanting to exclude. Like I have to unite myself to both. I think this is what love requires. Love does not require me to open myself to some people and close myself to other people. That's not what love is. Love is radically inclusive. Love is radically caring. Love is radically concerned with all, concerned with those that don't look like me and concerned with those that look like me, for those that vote like me and those that don't vote like me. Does that make sense? This is radically inclusive. And I'm not radically inclusive if my aim is to exclude or to be exclusive in some way. Okay. I'm still trying to figure this out because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still trying to figure out how to articulate the message of the cross because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still stumbling because I don't know what I'm doing. And a conclusion I've come to today is that you can never go wrong with having humility. You can never go wrong with keeping a humble posture, keeping an open posture, with saying that I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm still trying to figure out what it means to be one with Christ. I think I've been trying to pursue this faith thing. I've been trying to pursue Christianity since age 16, and it's manifested differently in different seasons of my life. But as a 28-year-old, what is that? 12 years? About 12 years of this thing, still trying to figure it out. And I'm sure there are people that have done this much longer than me that are still trying to figure it out. And my prayer, my plea is that we stay humble. We stay humble and we stay connected to all of reality, to all of people, to all of what Jesus is trying to do, both in his teachings, but also through what he said and utters from the cross. Okay, I got a lot to think about. I got a lot to meditate on. I got a lot to pray about. So I pray that you can join me in my praying. Not that God may forgive those for they don't know what they are doing, but that God may forgive me for I have no idea what I'm doing. Thank you for watching.
Life is really good. Why would I complain? Life is really good. Even with the rain, even with the pain, I count it all gain. 'Cause though I want the same, everything will change.